Hello, so this is a little bit of a follow-up to my previous video, but it's something that's been a problem for a while for a lot of people, and it's something I've managed to fix. So whenever you add a root bone to a custom Fuse character, it will go into Mixamo, everything like that, and it will rig. But then the rig, once you get it into Unreal, will have a problem. So you might have seen this before. Whenever it goes in, you get this kind of skinning error. And it's the same on the legs. This one. Okay. So you can see it pretty clearly that it's like the joints go flat when they bend, which makes it look ridiculous when you use these models. So this is really a problem when you put it into Blender, maybe some other programs, because of the FBX file format. Now I don't know why I didn't figure this out before, or no one else seems to have figured it out before. You don't have to export as FBX. So if we go, well, so you would export clicking the center Mixamo button. It goes to Mixamo and rigs as normal. Now ordinarily, as I said before, you get the T-pose and you download, and you would download it as an FBX with the skin. But we have this option, the DAE file. So we download that, and we'll get a zip file. Okay, so once it's downloaded, we get a zip file. Now in here are textures and the actual file. It's a good idea to get the textures separately. These are not really the right kind of ones you should use inside Unreal, so you should export from Fuse, export textures, export them separately, and I think there's a set for Unreal Engine, so everything you need should be in there. So you just create the materials yourself. So this is the file we're interested in, the DAE file, which I shouldn't have just clicked on. And the other great thing with this, it will still go through the converter to add the root bone automatically. So if we just drag it into the folder that we have from before, okay, so it's extracted there. Let's call this one Mix DAE. Okay, and then in Blender, again, like in the last video, we will have the same settings apart from this. So you need to put Mixamo rig underscore hips rather than just hips. So Mixamo rig underscore hips, Unreal Engine bone names, fix bind, apply rotation, basically everything you see here. And you have your folder input and your folder output, not the file input. It's the folder you need. Okay, so that all looks correct. We'll click the batch convert. Okay, and that's finished. So now in our converted folder, we've got Mix DAE. We will go to the engine. Okay, and we will drag it in. So now it's an FBX file. It's converted, and it should have a root bone, and it should have the names of the Unreal format. So when we drag it into the engine, we want to import it as normal with leave the skeleton blank. Yeah, it's just a normal import. Okay, right. So now, if we go to the skeleton view, the textures, the materials were already there for this, so it's automatically found them because I've already imported the same character. But you can see here that the naming structure has been updated. Everything's there apart from the IK bones, but if we look at lower left arm, now it works. There's no problem anymore. So you can do this with all of your characters from Fuse, all of your custom characters. So now you won't have this problem anymore with the strange folding. So just to compare to the original, here that happens and here that doesn't happen, and we can do anything now with this. So let's look at retargeting this. I'll do that as a quick demonstration. So this is how we need to set up the skeleton. So we go to show retargeting options, right click here, set to set skeleton, but we set these top two, the root and the pelvis, as animation scaled. We definitely don't want that pose. We need to put his arm back in the normal place. Okay. Well, I've ruined it. Lower arm, we just reset that. Okay, so he's actually in the proper T pose for this. So we had the animation file. We need to click apply to asset on these. We select the humanoid rig, and this will be done automatically. Yeah. Okay, so modify pose, use current pose. I think, oh, there's one more thing here. On the preview scene set, we need to click apply to asset. So that looks fine. From our mannequin, we have the ALS mannequin that is not in the right pose. So again, we set these the same. So we set these to the same, and humanoid rig and all this is the same. We actually need to use the T pose that we have. If I turn that off so it's the same pose, modify, use current pose. Now the best thing about this, let's just create a new folder here called anim, and this is in the John Man folder. So we'll go to this. We have our animation blueprint. We right click, retarget. So we duplicate and retarget, and we should have the mix DAE underscore skeleton. If he hasn't appeared here, you've done something wrong, and you need to make sure you apply to asset and set up the skeleton as it should be. So it was in this folder, this folder, this folder. So this is the folder where we will retarget all the animations to. Replace ALS with mix. Now we just press retarget, and it will retarget the entire animation blueprint. So it will bring across the entire animation blueprint, and this is from the ALS system, but it could be any blueprint or any mannequin animation. So you can see here that all the different animations, all the blend spacers, everything is copied across. So here's just an example. Maybe that's not a good example. Or that one. That looks ridiculous. Okay, walking forward. So you can see he's walking normally. He's using the same animation blueprint as the character. So I've made a few modifications to this, to the base ALS system, but let's see if we can get this to work quite easily. Let's not worry about that. There's a bit of a scaling issue, so I think it's better to actually edit an original one here and make sure everything is to the correct scale. This has just made the camera gigantic. Okay, so right, so we need to select the animation blueprint, which should be in here. Okay, so I'll do that here. So we turn off auto possess of this one, turn on auto possess of this one. So if we play now, okay, so here he is. Those guns are on the floor because he does not possess the sockets on his skeleton, but you can see that he works fully with the system. So everything that the ALS system can do, he can do. So he doesn't have the IK at the moment, but everything that, if you carry on doing the setup, he can do everything, and he looks correct. There's no bending of the limbs. He looks normal. Okay. So I think that's it. The other thing you would need to do to get ALS to work, there's another tutorial on how to add the IK bones to your custom character, but it's a straightforward process. In the Discord for ALS, there is a tutorial section, and you need tutorial number 2. That's the one that will teach you how to add the IK bones to his feet, and that will make it work. Once you've done that, again, you would go into this section, and instead of retargeting this one, you retarget this one. The only issue that you're going to have to fix is the is the physics asset. It's usually worse than that, actually. So yeah, it's become detached, so that one you would have to fix. But apart from that, it's pretty straightforward to get it working from that point. So have a look at my other tutorial, which is talking about retargeting and making all the different systems or all the different animations all work together. So also with this now, you can go back to Mixamo to get other animations to use with this character, or any character for that matter. So yeah, I'm not sure his skeleton's the best one to use if you want to put it on a different character, but if you're developing for this character, or let's say you've got 10 characters all from Fuse, you can now download any of these animations, and again, like in my other tutorial, you would download this. You don't need to download this as a DAE. I guess you could, but you can download as an FBX file without the skin, and then you put it into your conversion folder. Into the conversion folder, run the add-on in Blender. You could put 50 in here and it will convert all 50, and they will work with every skeleton that you have defined to be the same. So if you have this character and 5 others and you make them share the same skeleton, the animations will work for all of them. Okay, I think that's it. Yeah, so I hate stuff like the video, but subscribe, because I will add more things, and yeah, join my Discord, I guess, and I'll put some links in the description for all the useful things. Thanks a lot.